Well, after majoring in psychology for those years, when I got out of college, I really wanted to work in human services. So for a few years, I worked in various places where people with mental retardation lived and worked, and other workshops where they'd assemble things. And also, I worked in a house with three of the most violent MR men in the county. And that was around the same time that WrestleMania was starting. And one time I was at a bachelor party and we were horsing around toward the end, and a friend says, "Hey, Frank wrestles all week long at his job." And I remember thinking, gee, this is what I went to college for? Well, when I finally got a job in a psych hospital, I knew I really wanted to be in counseling. At the time, I was in a graduate program to be a teacher, but that was too slow when I got in the classroom. That was at Temple University. So I switched majors to counseling psych at Chestnut Hill College in Philadelphia. And all the years, and I've worked as a case manager, and now I'm a counselor, and I was in administration. And it's interesting, I can remember everything, not verbatim, but all the basic issues of a client, even if they leave therapy and come back a couple of years later. And what's ironic about that, sometimes I'll hear their name, and that won't quite click with me who they are. But as soon as I see their birth date on the chart, immediately it all comes back. Like I memorize every client's birth date. Hypothetical example, January 31st, 1977. Oh, yes, they're the ones that had this problem. And so I would just go on and on. Everything would flood back when I'd see their birth date if the name didn't do it. Although sometimes I remember the names, but it's the birth dates that are the main thing. So, and it also helps me because I mentioned in a previous chapter about videos and in a previous video about how I remember all the feelings and emotions from every day of my life. So that really helps me relate to clients that are going through something. So, and some of my other books I've written, the Heal Your Memory series, about how I healed from feeling the feelings so intensely from a lot of the negative memories, such as romantic breakups, bad days at jobs, and various things. So it's good. So that really makes me believe that human services is the right field that I should be in. And of course, having been studied at the University of California, now I know why God gave me this memory. That's part of the reason, as well as the ways it helps me in counseling. So it's more of a remembering events from the day than remembering so many facts and figures. So like if I sat down to memorize a poem or maybe 20 faces and what name was attached to them, I would probably do average to above average. But ask me what happened on any date, and I'd know the day of the week it was and know it instantly. So it all comes together that that type of memory is well suited for human services. So I have a rewarding career now as a counselor and a life coach. Sometimes I've coached people to reach their goals. So it all kind of comes together. So enjoy this chapter, and any of you who are questioning why you're in the occupation you're in, well, oftentimes there is a good reason for it.